Now when it comes to creating a basic worksheet and entering in your data to create like a mini database, you can start anywhere. You can go to column AA, row 325,000 if you want, but I want to keep it simple and start in the upper left-hand corner. Well, to show you that you can start anywhere, let's go ahead and start in row 2, column A. Ooh, big jump. In any case, I'm going to type in the labels for all the columns of data that I want to keep track of, and the first label is going to be months. Type it in, and then hit the tab key to advance to the next column to type in my label to keep track of sales, tab, and then expenses, and then finally profits. Now, as I typed them all in, I hit the tab key to advance to the next column. When I'm done, when I hit enter, Excel automatically takes me back to the first column. So I can enter in, well, the data below, my labels here, starting off with months. Now, Excel is only able to do that because it saw a pattern. So when I use the tab key to advance from one cell to the next, when I get to the end and I hit enter, it takes me back. But if I break the pattern, like for example, if I click down here and I type in 1 and then go over here 2, 3, and 4, and I don't use the tab key and I break off in the middle and use the mouse, and then I come back and start typing in the remainder of the numbers and then hit enter, it's not going to go all the way back to where I started because I broke the pattern. So if I type in 1, tab, 2, tab, and then I click down here, and then I go, oh, I better finish it off, and then type in 3, tab 4. When I hit enter, where's it going to go? Well, because I broke the pattern, when I hit enter, it's going to go back where I last left off, and that was starting off here in column G. So to go ahead and delete the numbers, you can click on a cell and hit the delete key, or better yet, as you recall, you can select a range of cells by, with the white cross, clicking and dragging to select it. Make sure it's the white cross, because after you select something, if you're like, whoops, I didn't mean to select that, I just want to select part of that, or maybe just the other part. After you select it, if you go over the border of the selection, you don't get the white cross. So don't think that, hey, I can just go ahead and reselect it by moving over the border and using the four-way cross, because when you do that, click and drag, it actually moves the data, which, hey, we learned something that's a little bit advanced that we'll go over in a later training video, but there you go. Let me go ahead and hit undo. Just make sure you get the white cross. So there's the white cross, click and drag to select the range, hit the delete key on the keyboard, and it's gone. Now let's go ahead and start typing in our months below the months label, and then sales, expenses, and profits. So for the months, I'm going to type in January. And then to stay in the same column, I'll hit enter to go below January, because next is February. Now when I type in March, because it begins with the letter M, what other field within this column also begins with the letter M? Months. When I type in the letter M, automatically, to be helpful, fills in whatever else it sees in there that begins with the letter M just right above it, and it says, hey, after you type in the letter M, I'll fill in the rest for you automatically as a shortcut if you hit the tab key or hit enter. So if I hit enter, hey, I don't have to type anymore, just the letter M. Pretty cool. But if I don't want to have months repeated, then type in the letter M, and when you see it come up, just ignore it, and then type in Arch for March, hit enter, and there you go. And I'm going to hit enter again, and I'm going to add my totals, the label for it, over to the left-hand side. So see if this makes sense. Let me hit enter. I've got my column labels here, right, for my months, sales, expenses, and profits, and then I'll enter in the data here for sales and expenses. And then I want to get my total for sales and add it down below, and my expenses and put it right there. So I've got a label over here, a row label, for that range of, well, numbers that I'll be entering in for the sales. So you can have row labels and column labels. So let me go ahead and type in my sales numbers here, and then hit enter. And when I hit enter, it just goes to the next cell down below. Let's do expenses. And that's it. Congratulations, you created just a basic, simple worksheet. You're probably thinking, hey, what about calculating the profits and getting my totals? Well, that's coming up soon, where we go ahead and learn how to add formulas to do the calculations for our columns here as well as our rows. So we can get the totals for our sales and expenses for quarter one, and then also the profits, which would be sales less expenses for the profits.